1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to the Mudblood podcast. As usual, we are brought to you in association with Manscaped. Manscaped, is your balls really hairy? Do you not want them to be hairy? There's no point in me doing a whole story and telling you the whole crack. You know it. You just watch this every week. You know the line we take. We know what we're trying to tell you. You need to shave your buttocks. And see if you go on and you do Mudblood on Manscaped's site, you get 20% off. 20%. That is, what is 20% of 100, lads? 20. There you go. That lets you know how much you're actually getting. And you go on, you can get the 5.0, you get the ball toner, the ball deodorant, the nose clipper, and sometimes there's a pair of boxers in there too. So you can then, whenever you're a wee bit colder because you've shaved them, pull them on and heat them up again. So if you haven't, get on, get Manscaped, Mudblood, gets you 20%. Get it shaved. Shave your bollocks. Look after them. Manscaped. Great sponsors of the Mudblood podcast. We are also brought to you in association with our new sponsor, a great guy, does quite a bit, has changed the lives of so many people in this wee country. It's that praise guy. Now I'm on looking. I know you mightn't have got Oasis tickets last week. If you're on that praise guy, you actually have a chance of winning them for free. You don't even need to put any money in the pot. He is going to give you a chance to win 2 free tickets to Oasis. And on top of that, he's got cash, he's got cars, he's got holidays, there's instant wins, there's auto draws. The Millionaire Maker, which is one that's just coming up, $2.49 a ticket. Millionaire Maker for £2.49, you become a millionaire. Get it done. The competitions are there. Today at 8 o'clock, there's 30,000, there's 15 grand, there's tickets to the boxing, there's a holiday away, there's Disneyland. There's just so much. So if you haven't, go check them out. That praise guy. There's a wee link here. Gets you onto the competition page. Register up. And do you know what? You can set a limit. You can do whatever you want. So it's all catered to just be to your means. Get involved. Go check them out. That praise guy. Great sponsor of the Mudblood podcast. First thing they'll probably want to know, where are you from?
Belfast.
Belfast.
North Belfast.
Antrim?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear it.
I was debating what I was saying.
Antrim gets such a hard head.
Doesn't it?
And I don't understand it. But do you know who's the hardest on Antrim? People from Antrim.
You're probably right. I mean, I moved quite recently.
Yeah.
I did live like Templepatrick, so I've moved to Antrim. So I was going to be like Templepatrick, but where I live in Antrim's great.
Yeah.
And we've got Antrim Castle Gardens.
But there's everything
Beautiful
in it.
walk.
Yeah,
Like,
there's all
there's so
sorts.
much in Antrim.
Even shout out the third day, like Craic Cafe. It's got great coffee. You know, you've got the Lock, which is kind of going a wee bit funny at the minute, but
Cream of the Albion.
yeah, it's bad. But you know, it's actually got quite a lot of nice
does.
things about
Yeah.
it.
And you're beside the airport and all that.
Yeah.
He's right beside the airport too.
Our first house we nearly bought was in Antrim.
Uh-huh.
Mainly because my missus was working in Ballymena, and then I was mostly working in and around sort of like Crumlin, Glenavy area. So we were sort of like, well, it makes sense to buy a house here. We didn't buy it, like, but you know, that nearly was where, you know, I have cousins that live there. So it was one of them ones, but I don't get it. Like, I don't get Antrim getting a hard time.
Yeah, and you're right. Like, I'm the one giving it a hard time, but when you ask me about it, I do like it. Yeah. And like the house pricing, it was good, you know, for the time. So
that's maybe why the people in Antrim keep doing it. They're doing it to keep the
to
house
keep
prices.
it.
It's only when they're leaving that they start going, no, it's really nice. And you're from Belfast?
North Belfast originally, but I'm
Yeah.
living in like White Abbey at the minute, Jordanstown direction.
Yeah. Nice part of town too.
Decent.
What got you into this? Like, whose idea was it? Are you 2 friends and 2? What got you together to go, let's do this and go out and do it?
do you want to go first?
So we talked about doing it for donkeys, honestly. Like, we both love food. We've been mates since school, like played rugby together before mini rugby together before secondary school, and also like we've known each other since way back when. But yeah, like be mates. We're like really good mates throughout school, and then sort of worked different jobs, and then ended up working in the same job. So that sort of like brought us together again, and we just talked about it for so long. Initially talked about doing YouTube, and we're like, this was like many years ago.
This is like, so we'll talk about the actual page for a while, but it was like 4 years ago we started talking about doing the food page and doing YouTube. And I was always into video. Ben had a food page before called BK Bites, shout out. And
Not forgotten.
Is it still up?
It's
Nah,
not. We
nah.
actually repurposed
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
So, so we were kind of coming together. You know, he was taking photos of food. I was like, we could do videos of food. I've got the experience in video. You've got the love for food. I also love food as well. Like, let's bring that together. Talked about it for years. What would happen is we'd always go to a party, maybe get a few drinks and be like, right, you know,
Let's
we always
do
call
it.
it food and
Let's
crack
do
because
it.
it kind of came up when we were after a few drinks. And then after the party or after the night out, we'd forget about it for a few months, go back to another party or have a few drinks, be like, right, food and crack happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we'll get this person on it all. It'll be amazing. And then it would just like die out again. And I think what happened was we kind of, one, it's a lot of effort to do YouTube, bring a camera, do sound, edit it on a computer. And two, there's always that like underlying fear of when you put yourself out there, people are going to judge you. And it's probably to do with the people that you're closest with, first of all. You don't really care about the people you don't know. You don't think about them. So 3 years pass and we're in Dublin one day and we go, right, how about this? We're in Dublin. There's a place we want to go and eat. How about we just record it on our phones, edit it on our phones, make it as easy as possible, and we don't even have to put it out. Like, we don't have to put the video out. Let's just see what happens. Let's see if we enjoy
what
it.
it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
See,
think-
see how it pans out. See if we enjoy it. Made a video. It never went out, but we were like, this was kind of fun.
Yeah,
You know?
and Dublin was like the best place for us to start because we're like, we know nobody here. We don't even care at all about making the videos or whatever.
So it's that initial. I think it's that initial. It's like dipping your toe in the water.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's you have an idea. Like, there was something brewing there between the two. You just knew there was an idea. You knew there was something that could have worked.
Yeah.
But it's just, and the other thing on top of that is it's your everyday life. It's your job and your time, and you're going, I have time for doing this.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah,
It's,
absolutely.
and you may never done it. This could be 20 years down the line going, do you remember we were thinking about doing that? there?" And you've never
Like,
done it.
absolutely, mate. And like the funny thing is when we done the first video in Belfast, like, so John was saying, like, we scrapped off the Dublin video. We're like, oh, we'll maybe have it in the back burner and
But
then
that
do
was
it.
like a prototype for you.
It was.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And
it's
then
one of them ones that you always have it. You know what the crack was,
Yeah.
but you looked at it and then decided after that video,
Yeah.
yeah.
this can work.
And it's like we're like, what are we stressing about here? Like, taking the videos, as if anyone cares if we're sitting there. Like, people are taking photos of each other in a restaurant. Why does it matter if we're taking a wee video? And then we done one in Belfast in Trade Market, Baps, and it was like the first one we'd done.
Is that still going?
Trade Market's
not,
closed
sadly.
altogether.
But is BAP still going?
Yeah, it's up in
Happies.
Happy on the Lisburn Road. Used to be Cuckoo, but we like, we were freaking out about posting it because like we'd never put ourselves out there in that way. And then like John even took a video of me posting the first video and all. So like, it's
But
quite funny
that's
that we
good to
have
have
that
all that,
there.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
This is they come
And
up.
trust me, see your fans, they'll want to see all that.
Yeah.
Do you know, see all that sort of behind the scenes stuff. And,
Yeah.
and see this here is probably going to be one of your biggest things. Because when people know the story and you two are sitting telling it, they're going to want to know more from behind it.
Yeah.
If you think that people's just are investing because you are doing videos of food and stuff like that, it possibly is the initial reason, but people invest in you. Like the people that meet me, they constantly think they know me because they watch
of
me
course,
once
of
a
course.
week
Yeah.
doing the podcast and
Yeah.
they sit with their wife in the house in the minute. So when they meet you, it's like and they don't have any questions because in their head they've already formatted what they think or who you are. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that all comes with it. But see, just what you've done, there's so many people in life that don't ever do that.
Yeah.
That don't
Yeah.
just take the chance and
Yeah.
go and do something. And see, food's massive now.
Massive.
Everyone's eating.
Massive.
Everyone's
Everyone's
eating.
eating.
But I
Everyone's
mean,
eating.
like the way it's changed. I mean, like food here and the choices you have. I'll tell you now, I remember there was one Chinese takeaway in Anderson's now.
Uh-huh.
One. I remember it opening. And like that was it. There was no kebabs, there was no anything.
Uh-huh.
You know, food was so bland and it was just there wasn't that much choice. when you look what you can get now,
Mate, the Belfast food scene is like in the last few
Huge.
years it's just been skyrocketed. Like there's just so much there. Like trade market and all. Like it's such a shame the trade market's closed. I really, really hope that something else
was
replaces
that
it.
the one on Dublin Road?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
I
great.
never went there.
Really,
It was amazing.
Made such a spot for like food and even swallow. Like
Yeah.
if there's a sunny day, like it was just a sun trap and
So obviously they're going to
Yeah.
build there, and that's why it's moved.
it's offices now.
It is a
Yeah.
shame. Like, definitely, you know, we need something else. Obviously, we've got Common Market. That's great. Oh,
Yeah.
it's inside. Obviously, we need something else that's outside that has like food vendors around. It even had like different like retailers, like clothing and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So it was great. Like, it had
No, it was
everything.
good.
It had
Well, I
barbershop.
used to work as a joiner in London, and I lived in Brixton, and the
Brixton's
market
spot.
there is like, I had never experienced anything like. It was underneath the bridges. There was the wee round sort of sections cut out underneath the bridge, underneath the railway bridge,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
had wee individual food things.
Yeah.
And then there was containers all set on top of each other, and that was the first time I seen anything that was similar to sort of trade market or common market here.
Mm.
And every day you went down and there was something different. Like I had Nigerian food, Romanian food blew me away. Like I didn't even think there was an actual Romanian food scene.
Yeah.
Mm.
But there's soups and there's things, no? And you were trying something different every day. And I was going,
Yeah.
imagine this was in Belfast.
Yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
something like that back home where you could try all them different foods in the one spot. You know what I mean? And I think now with food, which me and my wife were talking used to about, I'd say,
Yeah.
like we would fucking drive. If something comes up and we see a video for it, we will drive for an hour to go
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
get
no,
food.
100%.
Easily. I mean,
Not a problem.
it's something to do. You know, people struggle with like things to do on their weekends. Like one of the things people will do is go an hour to, I don't know, some good restaurant and like make a day of it. And I think that's great, you know.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if the quality of the product is there, you will
You
travel
don't
for it.
mind. That's just
Yeah.
what we said. Like I remember Dean's. Everybody used to be like, "Oh, I can't believe you go to Dean's for something to eat, you and the wife." Do you know, like when you think back, like it's ridiculous. That
Yeah.
people's like, "Can't believe you just go there." Because people just be like, "Would you not just go to Goodfellas and Aldi Town like get a pizza?" And you're like, "Fuck's it, go and try fucking food." You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
What I
yeah,
like
of
about
course.
Dean's, like he would come out and suggest a wine to go with a steak and all, you know, and that was great. And then Stevie Toma, that's he went to school with me. His dad's my accountant. He opened Docks, and like that was like massive.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I've
It's,
heard it's incredible.
It's unreal.
Have you been?
Oh yeah, I've been
Yeah.
it. Like it's different. Like his dad would go to me, "Do you like that?" Or I prefer a big plate of spuds. You know what I mean? But it's like if you haven't done it, even do the lunch one, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
where it's just the experience, that taste and the thing, you know, it's something totally different.
Yeah.
But I just think with the life now is just these 30-second videos. Like if we're looking for something to
Yeah.
do, we'll go on Instagram or TikTok and type in food places and news come up
Yeah.
and other ones come up and there's
Yeah.
so much like, and you're just going and your mouth's watering. 'cause
No,
you're
I know.
going,
Oh mate, there's all like you're not spoiled for choice at all between like who to watch or where to go. Like you can watch for days and then you can have a list as long as your arm.
So see when you're doing it now, are you just constantly invited to places to eat?
We do get invited like quite a lot
often,
to
yeah.
places, but like we were actually chatting about this before because like we don't go everywhere we're invited. Like we don't post anything and everything on the page. Like we're sort of particular.
Which is very important for people to know because people will go, them two fuckers are just doing that there because they're getting paid to go here. And
Yeah.
they're going, these aren't paid partnerships. Yes,
No.
there's times when you just get invited to somewhere,
Yeah.
but a lot of time you're going somewhere because you want to go to it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, we could have so much content if we took every place that invited us somewhere and we would actually save money. But like we pay for a lot of the food we're eating, and it's got to the point, I suppose, we do. It's not like we get invited all the time, but if someone invited us and gave us free food, we're still going to give a fair review.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if it's-
100%.
If it's shit, you're going
Yeah, oh no, absolutely, we will, 100%, not a problem.
Where's your favorite? Because we spoke about this sort of briefly outside it.
Yeah.
Where's your favorite?
My favourite, I hope I don't steal Ben's. Personally, we went there quite recently, Bamboy, East Belfast. It's like a Vietnamese fusion restaurant. I think we were talking about
Yeah,
this.
she's talking about it. Right?
The food's just incredible. They do small plates, large plates, but like all sort of Asian inspired food. And the cocktails are incredible. The food's incredible. Even the desserts, like, are
Isn't a
just
paid
brilliant.
partnership? Don't be mistaken. It's not a paid partnership.
It's
It's
like another instance of a restaurant. We went in, did the review, we paid for the meal, and it was worth every penny. For us.
Absolutely.
And then we
Absolutely.
go home, edit that video. We're putting work in for something we paid for. Worth it.
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah, and do you know what? It's one of them ones too. You actually like the food, like you like doing it. So you obviously have a passion. Do any of this cook? Do you cook? You cook?
Yeah, like I can cook and like I do
Like to
cook.
what level?
I'm not whipping up all sorts. Like I'll cook like a decent pasta dish or something like
so
that.
see when you were
but-
making spaghetti, you thought,
yeah,
are you throwing in Donnell, are you?
Nah, I'm firing in the microwave. I'm alright, but I'm lazy. And like I reckon if I was to like put time into it and train
Yes.
up like I would, because I do have an interest and I do like cooking, but I'm just too
Yeah.
lazy, mate.
I suppose that's why we do restaurants. Because
Exactly.
We don't
We'll
cook.
just go.
Do you know what I mean? I wish I could cook. I love food, but again, I'm so lazy. I would just,
Yeah.
when I'm making food, it's something really
If I can
simple.
fire something
See,
in the
that
oven, like I'm
makes
laughing.
it even better again. The fact that you aren't like trained
No.
Yeah.
chefs or food. You are just two ordinary fellas that go out and enjoy food. So you're going to
100%.
give that side of the opinion. You're going to give that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas
100%.
somebody who's a chef is going to go, even if it's good, they're going to find fault. They're going to be critique of what's happening and what's going on.
We kind of go like, we will say if we like the food, if we don't, and we try and describe it, but again, we're not like critics or anything.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll be at a family party and be like, people be like, oh, so what do you think about my food? I'm like, I'm not here to critique your food that you've made for everyone. No. I'm here to be like, I'm here to eat it, basically. Yeah. And we don't talk about like mouthfeel and all this. We're not like going to go really deep down into the food, because at the end of the day, we're just two lads that really enjoy food, and we're not like.
Is it more the experience as well?
100%.
Yeah,
than just the
absolutely.
food?
Yeah, because like anytime we go in somewhere, like we'll try and have good crack with like the waiters and the waitresses and everything, like, and like just trying to enjoy the experience as much as possible. Like, for example, like we were in somewhere on Sunday there just having breakfast, and like the fella that was serving us, like absolute legend, like just got on like a house on fire with him. It's just like that adds so much to the experience. Like we just enjoy going out, obviously enjoy eating the food, making the content, but it's like enjoy like creating new relationships with people as well. That's what it's all about.
For sure. Yeah, like it's good. And like sometimes we'll go to those places not with each other, maybe with our families and stuff, and now we know them and we can have a wee chat with them, and like we'll come back for the experience. And that like all these restaurants and cafes nowadays in Belfast are starting to look amazing. If you've noticed, like they're really putting a lot into their interiors, but it brings you back, and that adds to the experience.
Absolutely.
Like getting a nice natural light in and the good service, the sort of clean interior.
It's
great.
the expectation now is a lot higher.
It is.
I think my missus, she grew up in America, so she has big expectations of like customer service and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if we go somewhere and you get like, I can't remember exactly where it was now, but we went somewhere recently, and the guy couldn't have done enough.
Enough.
He couldn't have done enough, and he realised that we hadn't been there before. So he was explaining to us, and then obviously with the kids there, so he's like, right, well, this will be good for you, and you should try this, and don't get that for the kids, and maybe he couldn't have done enough.
Love it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of them ones where I was like, when he was paying for it, his boss was standing there, so I was waiting until she sort of left, and she clicked on that was happening, so she moved away, and I was like, will you get the tip if I put it on this? And he was like, no, and I was like, right. So I was like, should I give him
backhand?
Yeah, I was like, here, stick out in your pocket, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because
fair play.
he went out of his way,
Yeah.
and I was sort of like, and that's a thing that wrecks me, like you have to go to people, do you get the tips? Because the customer services went up, I think, too. Like people do, don't get me wrong, there's places I go to, I've had some real hard times.
Yeah.
I was in Belgium one day, and I was gonna kill your mom. Like, it's well documented. She and Todd was on, had the video, and your mom was going to get killed. Like, he just wasn't listening to the word I was saying to him, and they try and pressurize you in them places because it's like quick, and you're going, how long? I'm banning this for somebody. I don't know how this works in here.
Yeah.
And
did you have it on your notes and all, like reading it out, or like a text message?
Well, that's all it was.
Yeah.
We were getting falafels from the falafel place down in Botanic, and my wee lad was like, I don't like them falafels. I kept me a Belgium, and I was like, right. And I went in, and here's me, what is it you want? He was like, I want a wrap, and and I'm saying the guy a wrap, and he starts making a bowl, and I'm looking at him going, you're not fucking listening to me here. Do you know what I mean? I want a fucking wrap. And I started, but Shane's recording me, and I'm like, fuck you. And he was like, I knew I was on the winner when you lost the rag. They ended up taking your man out. Like, they ended up getting him, like, they pulled him off the queue. It was how he was going to go through the fucking class.
Wait, well, I can not address this. What way are you saying boojum?
Boojum?
Boojum.
That's the first I've heard
That's
of
like
that
my mum and
before.
dad.
This is the thing. This is the thing,
Yeah.
right? See, when they were first opening it, the couple that opened it, they wanted us to do the fit out in that shop, and they told us it was called Boojum. So I've called it Boojum from the start, and like Shane's like, it's Boojum, and I'm like, no, it's Boojum.
I've never heard anyone call it boojum before.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a thing.
Might start
My
that.
mum and dad
Boojum.
called Bogum.
Just open one called Boojum. You know what I mean?
You would get in trouble for it. Like,
And
we'll do a
that,
video for you.
but that couple, they went on their honeymoon till Mexico, and the wee guy had a cart, and that's where they got all that food and that idea from.
Oh, really?
And they named it after that.
That's class.
And they came home and the insure now, it's like a
It's massive.
yeah,
They've got them in
massive.
England and all now as well. like.
multi-million pound
Yeah.
company. I think the guys from Bangor bought it, and then they've sold it on again.
I might be wrong, but I heard that like the people who own ZZ bought it over. I could be wrong there.
Interesting.
Could be
Fact check that.
Whispers
You
like
know
yeah,
what?
someone.
Have we got
You know
fact-
what?
have we got a fact
Conspiracy.
check?
I heard the Rockefellers own it, and the Rothschilds. Do you know what I mean? But would you eat a Boojum?
I love it.
Yeah. It is like
I personally love it. Like,
Aye, it's good.
see for like a hangover cure or something. It's my go-to.
it's one of them ones that
I think it's more it's a healthy, unhealthy.
Yeah.
You think it's healthy that way.
Yes,
That's what you
in
mean.
your head, you're
Yeah,
going,
it makes you feel
well,
better.
this isn't as bad as a big
Yeah,
pizza or a big kebab.
Yeah,
or,
Chinese or
something
something.
like that.
Yeah.
And would you eat a kebab?
yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't had one in
I haven't had
donkeys.
one in
Like.
years. I've only had about 5 in my life, to be honest.
To be fair, when I lived in Lisburn Road, like, I would have got a Sphinx every so often. Sphinx is
Sphinx-
top tier,
Sphinx is
like,
class.
so good.
See Sphinx back in the day.
Yeah.
Mate, the prices of it now are wild. I was with one of my mates there a few weeks ago, and he got like not the slapper about Sphinx here, like, but he got like
But
a.
Sphinx is they've sold out, lads. I'm
you reckon?
happy to say it. Like,
But it was like.
Sphinx have sold out.
and-
Like, it used to be one shop in Stranmillis, and everybody came from
Ah,
everywhere.
yeah.
And the guy was Egyptian, and it was all unreal. Whereas now you go in, like it's not what it used to
Same.
be.
Well, I've got another funny enough story after about Sphinx, but it was like 17 quid for a large kebab and chip, and like you can go into Belfast and get a full sit down meal for that.
Yeah.
But then the other one was I think it was just during COVID, and like the Sphinx sauce is obviously unbelievable, and we ordered it on Deliveroo, and I was like, they had the option for like 500 milliliter sauce. I was like, happy days, like I'll just stock it up and put it in the fridge. And they sent it round, mate, and it was just a 500 ml River Rock bottle full of Sphinx sauce. And I was like, that is the most unappetizing thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like,
Talk about what you were, man.
I was like, please tell me they just opened the bottle, poured out the water, and it's not like one of the staff bottles of water that they've just finished.
I took it out of the
Oh,
bed.
that's disgusting.
Potentially, I don't know,
Remember
but
barbecue?
course,
Oh,
mate,
barbecue
course.
was great.
Like barbecue was so good when it was in Calendar Street.
Yeah.
And before they tried to make it like bougie, and it was just like the sandwich with the meat and the slaw and then all the sauces, and then they must have got bought over or something.
Yeah.
And then they tried to make like the bun fancier. They
Yeah.
put like rocket and all in it.
Bring it back.
Cheese.
Like,
Wasn't it the same people as Boojum?
I don't know.
I heard that. I
yeah,
heard that.
that
I
might you
did
might be
hear
right
that.
What,
there.
the girl and fella that owned it?
I think so.
Yeah, apparently they bought it over and then
Something like that.
something happened. I don't know.
Loved it
but
though. Like we would have went to.
Is it still there?
Nah, it's done.
It's now replaced by a place we did recently. Check
Nova.
out our video, Nova. And it was so. Did you never have it?
Barbecue?
Barbecue.
I had it once. I think.
Oh, you did. What did you think of it back in the day?
I can't remember. There you go.
Fair
Oh,
enough. Well,
that's-
we
yeah,
used to
probably says
leave
it.
school, like walk down from school and get it, like, and that was
Oh,
like
mate, unreal.
unbelievable.
I remember one day in uni they put up on like Facebook or something that they were doing like a free like meal for students, and the fucking queue was all.
I can
from
imagine.
the whole way in the
I guess they had one in Botanic as well,
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
they?
What a great addition! Like,
Oh, it was between like Boojum or barbecue after
Yeah,
Boojum
yeah,
or
yeah,
barbecue
Boojum,
after after school. Like flat out Boojum was like
Did you just go to
all
school
the
in
time.
Belfast? Yeah.
we did,
Yeah,
yeah,
So you were able to just nip around that.
yeah.
Uh,
We
That's
went-
probably why you have went down this road, because you were in If you were in the Belfast city for school, like,
Well, we were Cliftonville Road, be alright.
right, so you
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
been able to make your way down.
Aye.
Obviously, you would have had to go down in the town to go home then, would you?
Sometimes it depends.
Aye.
Yeah, it depends. I
Yeah.
suppose.
Do you know what I mean? So you were close by, so that's why you went in and then food. And younger ones now will do that. Like, younger ones now know about food,
Yeah.
know where to get food.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what we were speaking about. It's funny, like, because people. But my age, we used to get one takeaway a week, and that was like we in the street. Like, people used to be, I can't believe you get a change.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That was our dinner because my dad used to go training. He was a marathon runner, so you got a Chinese when he wasn't about on a Friday night, and but now like it's not a big deal. Like,
Yeah, it's just a
takeaway
standard.
and
It's
food. It's just like
Mhm.
it's not that big a thing. You know, kids just think of it now, and it's just. And I hate McDonald's. I hate it. Like, don't
Really?
care. Come in and sponsor. I can go.
There's a
fuck
cheeky
it,
grin there.
man.
He loves it.
Fuck, do you? I
Fuck,
don't.
every so
fucking
often.
Like it. I don't fucking like it. And but the kids obviously like fucking chicken nuggets and stuff like that. But I fucking hate it. Like, I would much rather go somewhere and get a burger made. Do you know?
Yeah.
What I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
There used
of
to be a
course.
place in the Lisburn Road. You maybe don't know about it.
I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say.
Isabel's.
Oh no, not
This
Isabel.
was honestly like this is. I know you aren't old enough to know what this is.
I think
right?
you're gonna say Rocket and Relish. If you remember
No,
that.
this place Isabel. So it was a wee man, and it was a tiny shop, and it was up. It was called Lily's. I don't know if it's still called Lily's now. Do you know the bar close to the King's Hall?
Across the road.
Across the road.
Oh, what's that
That's
called?
called
The Doyen. Yeah.
No, not the Doyen.
Oh,
on
no,
down
not the
again. So it has like a food place and all, but it's changed its name so many times.
Oh, it's got like a fancy outdoor.
Yes,
thing on it,
yes, and people. And like it's like champagne and thing or whatever,
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like-
garden outside the front of it.
next door used to be the Albany, was it? Or
It was the Albany.
yeah.
So
Oh.
see, right next to the Albany, which it was called Tattoo back in the day, there was this wee place. It was called Isabel's, and this guy made chicken fillet burgers, and that's all he made, right? But they were that size.
Oh really?
You could not finish one of these burgers, and they were the nicest thing. Like, if you ever had one, you would never eat a chicken burger anywhere else. It was just unreal. He was a wee old man, and he cooked on his own. And I remember I was working over, and somebody says to me, "Have you ever had an Isabel's? We'll get one between us." And I was like, "Let's get one each." And
Yeah.
And we went in, and literally, like, even half was hard to eat. And then I remember taking my missus over, and she was like, "Oh my god, this place here!" And then she told it was one of them places that people were like, "Don't be telling too many places."
Yeah,
'Cause that
yeah,
man
yeah.
cooks
Yeah.
on his own.
Yeah.
And then it disappeared, and it was like that to me was like one of the first real proper
Yeah.
hidden gems, like, and nobody's ever done what he would do. I don't know how he made them, or because fucking shop closed and it was gone. He was really old, but it was the fucking nicest thing ever. I remember that back in the day. Like, you would have went over to Isabel's to get a big chicken fillet burger, and you could have brought it home, and four people could have had one.
Love
It was
that.
that big.
Love
That's
that.
what
It
you
was
want,
a
like,
face. It was
that's
like
what
a
you
face.
want.
It was like literally. It hung out the side of the thing, and you used to have to wait like half an hour for it to cool down because it was roasting. You know, so stuff like that. And then going to America, like burgers over there were so many good burger places besides McDonald's. So I think that's what put me off, like,
Yeah.
burgers here. I don't mind Five Guys. What do you think of Five Guys?
Decent.
I rate Five Guys, to be
I'll
fair,
not,
like-
Yeah.
turn away to Five Guys. I'll eat it. 100%.
Just, but it's so expensive for what it is. Like, it's not. It's obviously better quality than McDonald's and stuff, but it's at least double the price.
I
Like.
bring my kids. If I bring the full family to Five Guys, like, I remember the first time I brought the whole family to Five Guys, over 100.
I was gonna say probably about
Wait,
100
what?
quid. Like,
Over £100.
mate, if you get like your burger
What?
and your chips and
Yeah.
then a drink,
That's
like,
mental.
Like 20 quid.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't know. Like, obviously the chips you get tons,
Oh, you're
so you
paying
can get
for the
that
chips,
between
yeah.
two or
See
three
me
people.
to fill the bag, and you're going, "Oh, it was only a wee chip I ordered there."
Yeah.
To fill the bag, you're
Yeah,
paying for
they
the
do.
chips, and I'm like, fill up that bag with the peanuts as well. Get your money for it. But the first time we went as a family, it was
mental.
over
That's
100.
I thought
wild.
you were going to say 60 quid. 100
That
over.
I was gonna
over
say
100
about
mental.
100 quid.
So
Like,
Mental.
basically, I have 4 kids,
Okay.
and there's 2 of us.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's 6 people each.
Yeah,
Even
makes
still.
And the 2 older kids were adult meals. So
Okay.
you've got 4
Yeah.
adult meals there, and then 2 kids meals.
Yeah.
Mate,
And then everybody was having milkshakes. So it was like,
milk
yeah,
cheese,
they're like a
well,
fiver
like-
each or
Yeah,
something.
so
man.
they're
If
expensive.
not, like if
I
not
think they might
more.
be 6
But
quid.
then,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we kids burgers, like or I don't even know if they're called kids burgers,
Like
but
a little
yeah,
hamburger
the
and
little,
the normal
but they're
one.
actually like normal burgers.
No,
Like
I know what you mean, yeah.
my best mate, he gets them all the time, and like we're just like ripping the hand out of him for getting a mini burger, but it's like actually just a normal burger.
Yeah, get you.
Yeah.
And it's not a kid's burger, but so Five Guys I don't mind, like if you're talking about like them burgers, but then we went to like Smash Bros.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and all
Yeah.
them places opening up, it's brilliant. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Are you a big burger guy?
I wouldn't be, but I like a nice burger.
Yeah.
Because we are spoiled for choice. Like you have Smash Bros, High Burger, and Babs, and
I
they
had
all
High
do.
Burger as
They
well, that
all
was pretty
are
good.
making
Yeah.
serious burgers. Like they've changed it really, like for Belfast anyway. I love them.
Absolutely,
They're
like,
so good.
It was only a
So
few years
good.
ago, like the first sort of smash burgers came in.
Yeah.
And then like obviously there's a few now, but like what do you reckon, smash burgers or normal burgers?
Definitely like once you have like a smash burger, you don't want.
You can't go back.
It's like a normal burger.
think
so
so.
it's
Yeah.
pointless.
I mean-
if you're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree. But there is a time and place because I'm sure you've been to Bunsen, right?
I was gonna say
Because Bunsen, that like sometimes like a good Bunsen burger, it's not a smash
Yeah.
burger at all.
Yes, no,
Sometimes
yes,
that
but
just
order
does it.
burger.
That
No,
does it
yes,
for you.
it depends what you want. Like a
Yeah,
smash
for
burger.
sure.
Like when I done that challenge, I couldn't eat
No.
the rest of the day. Like that was me
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I was.
yeah.
It was so much of a meal just in one thing.
Uh-huh.
If you're saying food for me, I love lasagna. Lasagna is probably my favorite.
Right,
dish.
okay.
And everywhere I went, I used to get a lasagna. And so many places disappoint me in this country
Really?
do lasagna. No one does a real good. Like there used to be a place that's closed now. It was over in facing the pot, and it was up the stairs. It was like an American diner, and their lasagna was top notch.
Oh,
Right.
really?
And I was going to this place like for about 2 years before I realised it was a guy who went to school with me. He's a chef. And he
No way.
realised, and we had to stop going because every time we went, he would send out too much food.
Yeah.
And
Doesn't
it got
sound like a bad
embarrassing.
thing.
No, but it got embarrassing because it was only me and her. We didn't have the
Right,
kids at the
okay,
time.
okay.
And you'd be sitting there next month to be ribs and chicken wings and everything getting sent out. And all I wanted was the lasagna. And the lasagna used to be a big whack of lasagna. I used to be like, please stop the food.
Don't bring out
Because
any more.
You felt like you had to fucking eat it.
Yeah.
And then when you went to pay for it, you were embarrassed because you knew it was all throughout. So we had to stop going. I was like, fuck. But I haven't had a good lasagna. There's no anywhere does lasagna. Do you eat lasagna?
I can't remember the last time I ordered a lasagna, to be fair.
What did
Or
I
is
say
it
to you? I literally said to you the other day, I've been craving lasagna.
lasagna, yeah.
But I don't like. We've
There's a
never been out
place-
and ordered
Kobe.
lasagna.
Kobe?
Kobe does a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't
No,
been
I
to
haven't
Kobe
been,
for the.
I'm going to Kobe today.
It's a good spot.
Do you ever see when you start talking about food and then it's all going through your
Yeah.
I mean, well, there's a spot that's like just open. It's called Frankie's Lasagneria. So I think
in the John Hewitt?
in the John Hewitt. So surely,
Serious?
yeah.
That could be
So it's-
decent. Or Nova, the one of the ones we did does like a pasta
does-
restaurant.
yeah.
It does lasagna. We didn't get it. I think I might have seen it. I think I might remember it looked good. But maybe
Yeah.
try that one first.
Haven't had that, right? Tell you where I haven't tried and I'm busting to try.
Go for it.
Float pizza.
Flout.
Oh, man.
Flout's great.
It's a game changer. Like
It's
it
really
really
good.
is.
Yeah.
First time we went, like we really did enjoy it, but like we're like, oh, does it live up to like the viral hype it's getting? We're not sure, and then like did enjoy it, I will say, but like we went back again and like we were just like, this is unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
it's just completely different.
Yeah.
Like they obviously do their like deep dish pizzas, which is like on the focaccia bread that your mom makes, and like the bread that he makes, he's a wizard. Like
Yeah.
he
Peter?
knows what he's at. Yeah,
But
Peter.
that's where it's different. Because
Yeah.
like you can get a pizza from anywhere. Like
Yeah.
a mate of mine used to be a manager in Domino's and he said to me, 90p makes any pizza.
Mm.
It's just, he says, so see when we're doing 2 for 1 the Monday,
Yeah.
like you're paying 20 quid for 2 pizzas.
Yeah, yeah.
We're making them for 90p.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, it has to be somewhere different. When we were in America, there was a place called Sam's Pizza, and everybody used to go, oh, don't buy pizza anywhere else, because there was a pizza place every corner, right? In this big boardwalk. And it was like, you have to have a Sam's Pizza. When you had a Sam's Pizza, you didn't go back anywhere else.
Yeah.
It was whatever they
good.
done. I don't know if it was the sauce, the dough. I don't know what it was.
Uh-huh.
But when you ate Sam's Pizza, it was totally different than
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I think that's when you do that, you
Yeah.
pull them in. Like you're saying, he makes his own bread. And so he's just doing totally different.
Yeah.
At the time he puts into it's wild, like because I see sometimes like people are giving off on social media like, oh, flights only open between like 12 and 2, the opening hours are terrible or whatever, but it's like
Don't say that he's open
he's
for
in
fucking
there
5
like
hours
he's
before.
in
Yeah.
there flat out
Yeah,
all week, but
Is it not open till like 12 to 2 because it sells out at 2?
Yeah, well,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Well,
I
there's
don't know if
probably only
that's-
so many pizzas he can make.
Yeah.
And it's probably like a baker shop
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
he's in there from maybe 4 or 5 in the morning
Mhm.
preparing stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
dough and stuff like
It's
that.
an operation.
I bought an outdoor. Funny, it's in that warehouse in there. There's 2 of them. Outdoor pizza oven. Like the
Oh,
proper
really?
outdoor
Yeah,
oven.
it's
But I
uni.
haven't done the back garden yet.
My dad
Yeah.
has one, and he fucking.
I'll
he's
cook
Italian
everything.
now, like, it's
I know
mad.
once I get it up and running,
They're
like,
all
I will
really
cook
good.
everything. In
Yeah,
class.
I guess it's not just pizzas. Like
aye.
you
No,
can
you
fire
have
a
that
steak
tray
in there or
on,
whatever.
It's
Yeah,
proper
Probably do
outdoor.
lasagna in there.
Everything.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything.
Like smoked meat and all in it. Like,
I can't wait to get that. I actually went on an auction and bought 2. I bought a massive one and a slightly smaller
is it the
one.
wood one?
It's a wood one, yeah.
Oh, okay. Class.
So
get
and
wee
they're in
pallets
there.
for it?
It's a friend. Like you should be charging me rent because they're in there. It racks in there, and I can't wait to get it done. But I haven't done my back garden, so that's why I haven't put it up.
Right,
yet, but I can't wait
yes.
to do it. So, out of everything, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite food?
Go to Ben first. And you think about this?
Pizza. Like, unless do you want like a sort of
No.
cuisine or like
Like
just
if you had to eat nothing for the next 2 weeks, and it was your favorite food,
it would be a pizza. Like,
pizza.
yeah.
And what's your ingredients on a pizza?
Good question, actually. Just as long as it has a garlic dip, I'm sweet.
So you're more the condiment then?
No. I mean, I like pizza's made for dipping for sure, but
I'm gonna put
or
it in
even
my
that.
head, I don't eat crusts.
no.
I don't
People are
hate
like-
that.
I'm leaving a box of crusts
Yeah.
and people's like, that's the best bit.
See,
You
I
dip
used to say
in.
that, but you
It's-
don't really mean that. You're saying
It's
that
not the
because someone
best
else
bit.
doesn't
It's
like
not
it.
the best bit.
Yeah.
I would eat my pizza and then I would leave my crust and then I would try and tackle as much of the crust as I could. But if I can't, then
Eat the ingredients
Whatever.
first, lads. Leave the fucking crust to the seagulls. That's it.
Aye.
That's the secret. On the pizza for me has to be mushrooms,
Aye.
No.
he has a phobia of mushrooms.
100%.
right? I used to hate
I
mushrooms,
can get behind
Right.
that.
but see, nah, like
Love them.
Oh mate,
Yeah.
it's like it has to be in there.
You got converted. Was it on a pizza you first ate them?
Probably was
Because this is how I really hate mushrooms. Like I really hate it.
from the pizza.
Everyone knows this that knows me that just anything. And I've been told that the first time I eat mushrooms, which in this time I have actually eaten them since, but I was meant to do it on pizza. People were saying like, if you want to try mushrooms, do it on pizza, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Apparently that's the best way to eat them.
We were in Trade Market and we're at the place Katsu Kitchen and they brought us down like a load of different things to try.
Uh-huh.
And one of them was a bao bun and like John was trying it. I was taking a video of him. He thought it was like a deep fried chicken bao bun. And he's like sitting there, I'm taking a video and then he takes a bite of it and he's like, that's good. He's like, what is that chicken? And I was like, mushroom. And he was like, and literally just puts it down. So like he was actually enjoying it. He was
Yeah,
actually enjoying it until he
yeah.
found out and then he was like, nah. He's like, his face, like I didn't even have the video going the full time. Like I sort of stopped it. But see if it would have been still videoing when his face changed. Like,
My ma used to tell me I didn't like food, so I thought I didn't like it,
yeah.
and I didn't have corn on the cob until
Oh man.
America, right? Well, this is fucking not even a joke, right? America, 2000, year 2000, we were in America and we went to the Amish country, right? And they were barbecuing corn on the corners, right? And the smell it smelled great. And I was going, do you know what? I wouldn't mind one of them, but I don't like corn on the cob.
Uh-huh.
I didn't eat corn at all.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And my missus looked at me, she's like, what do you mean you don't like corn? And here's me. When did you realize you don't like it? Here's me. I don't know. I just never had it. My dad told me I don't like it. Right? And she bought me one. And it blew my mind.
Mate, corn's class. I absolutely love
Yeah, I
it.
love corn.
Have I not been eating
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
my whole life for? And I came home and I said, Mama, and here's my ma, I don't know, you just said when we were younger you didn't like it, so I never made you it anymore. And I'm like, my whole life I was robbed this.
Mate,
You're making up for it now.
see, for me to go back on top tier pizza toppings,
Yep.
mine's sweet corn.
Sweet corn
We-
can go on
And
it,
there's
yeah.
people hate that.
No, mine is sweet corn. And as a family, so I've got 2 sisters, mum and dad.
Yeah.
We used to go in the car, get pizza, and literally just get sweet corn on it.
Just sweet corn.
Just sweet
Mine
Just the
used-
sweet corn
No, I
pizza.
know, we used to- they're great memories for me, you know.
Do you know the people in the pizza place are going,
They're back again.
here's the green can.
No, literally. But yeah, like
Did none of the pizza places that go, listen, Look, we understand you mightn't have much money, but we'll put a bit of meat on
But this is it. To be honest, they were probably just cheaping out. But I remember thinking sweet corn pizza was the best. I didn't want anything else on it.
Yeah.
Sweet corn pizza to
That's
me
niche.
was
That is niche,
That
like.
is niche.
I used to be ham and sweet corn like when I was a kid.
Ham's
To be fair,
yeah,
ham
you've
and
added
sweet corn.
hams. You seem, I suppose, it's a bit more acceptable,
Ham's
isn't it?
the second ingredient that should be on pizza.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Do you think so? No.
Ham,
No.
mushroom, right?
I
It's-
think chicken or pepperoni probably.
Do you know chicken pizza? I didn't have until 2007.
Do you know what's like blasphemous for like Italians for like chicken? and
I
stuff on
don't
pizza?
I
Like,
don't
like,
I don't rate chicken on a
Italians
pizza
are-
to be fair.
I was never a chicken, like never chicken on pizza. And then I had like we moved into our new house, and like guy who's a friend of ours, he's disabled, and he was like, I can't help move in, but I'll bring pizzas. And he turned up with pizzas, and I had a barbecue chicken pizza thing, and it blew my mind.
Barbecue chicken, like
Nah, I wouldn't
I
order
can
it
never
every
get
time.
behind
That
that.
would-
I
I
can
knew you
never
were
get
gonna
behind.
say that.
He
I
loves
knew you were
barbecue
gonna say
chicken.
that. He thinks he's all great because he doesn't like barbecue sauce on a pizza. You know, he's
Who, yeah?
yeah.
Is it pizza
He's
sauce?
like yeah.
Not at
I'll be sitting
all.
there eating barbecue
Look
pizza.
at you, you're
Yeah,
barbecue
he's
chicken
like,
pizza,
you
you
are,
trump.
man.
I'm with you on that one. Like,
Yes, good man. Good man.
So what's your toppings on a pizza?
I like usually the one I go for. There's one in North Belfast called Pizza Works, and it's
Shout out.
has such
so
a spot.
good.
I live
Like
right beside it and never heard of it. Like,
oh man,
Oh, it's
unreal.
absolutely
Haven't
class.
had it. Whereabouts
that's
is
good.
it?
for William Shops, yeah.
Right, okay.
It's good. Like they
Oh,
do an
it's
upside
so-
down one where it's like
I
cheese
did-
first and then the sauce. And
The
it's really
Brooklyn
good.
mate, I
Is that
like.
Brooklyn, yeah.
An
Yeah,
upside
it's
down.
class.
See a calzone pizza.
Oh yeah.
But like when he says upside down, you mean
Ben's
it's like.
judging you for that one.
Calzone.
No. I back a calzone to be
Just-
fair, but it's like they
forget
put the like fresh mozzarella down first, and then they put the sauce over, and they put like parmesan and then like garlic oil. Mate, it's class.
It's a different thing. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but I get spicy meaty from there. Like,
you
unreal.
ever-
If you're not getting hungry watching this podcast,
Yeah,
I'm
true.
getting
And
hungry, like-
wrong.
what time is it? It's only nearly 11 o'clock. Like, and I'm looking at pizza after this.
Have you ever tried the place in Dublin called Sano?
No,
Pizza
I don't-
place?
no,
That's
I
one
don't think
on the
so.
list then.
Oh, here, probably the best pizzas I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we're looking to go to Dublin like
Where's
soon
the
enough.
furthest that just went doing a review on food?
10 minutes down the road. Nah, we.
Like,
where is it?
technically it's technically
Oh,
Lao or
Yeah,
Vietnam.
we were in like Southeast Asia, and we done.
Right.
I done one in Singapore, and he done one.
Right, okay.
We done a few in Vietnam,
Yeah.
sort of like.
So we put stuff in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
So that, but you didn't purposely go there for the
No,
food.
No. But he came out. So I was traveling for like 4 months, and then he came and joined me for a month. So
That's amazing.
we sort of had it in our heads to do it, but then like we were just having so much crack that we were just like,
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a bit of crack. Did
And-
you see
Yeah.
any insects as you go over?
I mean, I had all sorts. When I arrived into Thailand, I was in Bangkok, and just all the insects you could think, like maggots, crickets, all that, like spiders, snakes, scorpion. Like, because I was just doing it for the videos and all. And then it was at a market, and it
But
done
was it
like,
nice?
like they just fry it in so much garlic,
you.
so it just tastes like crispy sort of garlic
Get you.
crunches. And then went to this market, and it done like this dancing shrimp thing. So it was all these like baby shrimp. Some people were sort of hating this on this, like when we were posting on the stories, but they basically scoop the shrimp out of the tank,
Mhm.
and then they just put it in like a wee box, and then they fire in like garlic, soy sauce, and then they shake it, and then they open it, and they're just like bouncing all over the show. So you just scoop it, and then you.
Did you eat it?
Yeah, and it again just tasted like the seasoning. Like people are like, oh, could you not feel them like bouncing about and all? It's like, not really.
They're
Like once they
crunching
go in your
them
mouth, they're
What
like,
people don't know is, in your lifetime, you probably eat 7 insects.
yeah. Are you-
It sounds to be like spiders coming just
And
drop in your
die
mouth
when
or
you're
something, isn't
sleeping.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
when you're
average,
sleeping.
on average, you don't know about it.
Yeah.
People who are scared of spiders are gonna love this.
The one of the weirdest ones was so similar. It was like a fish tank or whatever, and they pull the squid out, and they just like put this squid in the cup, and they were like, right, and it was bouncing about. Like you see the video, and it like tries to bounce out of the cup, and the one was just bite its head off, and so I just picked it up and just bit its head off, and the thing inked in my mouth. So like when one of my mates is videoing, and I turn around and I'm like laughing at the camera, and my teeth are just full black, like. But you couldn't taste the
I am
ink.
not a big fish eater.
You couldn't taste the
I'm
ink or
not
anything.
a big fish eater.
Really?
So, like, don't get me wrong, I've had fish, and I love squid and stuff like that, like if it's deep fry. But I, like, see the thought of that.
But that wasn't fishy. Like I don't know, like squid. I wouldn't say tastes that fishy, but it was just like I done it for the novelty, and then like put it on the story and stuff. And there was like
Yep.
some people weren't
Yeah.
not low, but like someone was like, this is disgusting. You are a vile person and stuff. And I was like, Jesus.
Probably should have thought about that one. Really,
I know, but like
at the same time, you
But,
It
can't.
is what it is.
but you're there, and that's the food. That's the way they eat, and that's you know something.
I
don't
think
know,
that's
is it?
all for tourists.
Yeah,
like
it
all
might
the
be.
all the well, I could be wrong, but like I think at the markets and stuff, like those insects and like there's no locals eating those dancing shrimp or the live squid.
no,
Nah.
it's a touristy thing.
Like
then.
you go to like actual local spots, which are like the side of the street ones where you're sitting on the wee stools, and like it's actually like Thai, Vietnamese, wherever you are,
Yeah.
like people cooking the food, and like that's the best meals you get out there.
Unbelievable.
Like, and you're paying
Unbelievable.
actual buttons. So
Yeah.
that's what the locals actually eat, not
Yeah.
this stuff that all the tourists go
I
and eat
used to
in
deliver
the.
for a Chinese restaurant, like, and they don't eat what's on the menu.
Yeah.
They
Our
do
Chinese,
not eat
like
what's on the menu.
it's not actual Chinese food
No.
at all.
Not one bit. It's.
Yeah.
I would love to know who the first person was arrived and went, do you know what? We're gonna sell this as fucking Chinese
Salt and
food
chili
here."
chicken or something
Do you
like.
know, like
Who thought of battered chicken balls like?
a fritter? Have you ever had a fritter?
Like in what sense?
Like in the Chinese?
Is it
Nah,
like
what do you
a
mean?
banana fritter, or what do you mean?
Like, you could have a banana or a pineapple fritter.
Oh,
or
no.
something.
you can have sweet corn fritters, and apparently they're good.
You're
not in the
fucking
Chinese.
sweet corn. You're getting a bit ridiculous now. We're gonna have to watch you and see who's the sweet corn in here. What's he at over there? Get away from the sweet corn, you mad cunt. Sweet corn and everything. You're like a weird person that just puts is sweet corn on everything.
No, I'm not even. This is just.
When's the
like-
last time you had sweet corn?
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
yesterday?
know. I don't know. This morning.
Yeah, I had it this morning with his cornflakes.
Honestly, I wouldn't even know, but yeah, I rate it like sweet corn.
Oh,
So
no.
he's
sweet
pizza.
ups.
What's your go-to food?
Go-to food, probably, I would say like, so it's not like a food you could eat for 2 weeks. You said sort of like,
Yeah, no,
what would
okay.
you eat if you couldn't
Yeah,
eat anything
yeah,
else?
yeah.
My go-to dish is creme brulee.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I love creme brulee. I'll travel for good
You
creme
live in
brulee.
Antrim.
No,
Just think about what you said. You live in Antrim. Do you know what? You're going to get burnt out. Antrim's going to go, he is too snobby for living in Antrim. Get out.
No,
Get out
it's
now.
not even about that. It's not about it's being snobby. I mean, you're gonna get it. Like someone gets a sticky toffee pudding, it's the same price. Do you know what I
Yes,
mean?
no.
Yeah.
But creme brulee, again, it's tied to like memories when I was younger. I just remember having a creme brulee, my mind being absolutely blown, like yours was
Yeah,
with sweet
yeah.
corn. Hashtag sweet corn. And
Sweet corn, creme brulee. Would you like one of them? Would you?
you make it, I'll eat it.
Hashtag sweet corn.
But it's just one of those dishes that when I see it in the menu, I'm going, I have to have it.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if I'm trying to be healthy or whatever, I'll have it. And it could decide if I go to a restaurant or not as well.
It's the experience of it as well.
I love it. I just,
You
yeah.
crack of the
everything.
creme brulee, like
love
you
it.
can't beat it.
Yeah. The noise. It's a noise.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm not anyone to be snobby about creme brulee, but I think I can tell a good one from a bad
Have
one.
you ever made one yourself?
With my mum, yes. My mum's like a baker. I think that's why I love food. She would like bake breads and desserts and make really, really good food. And that's where I think my love for food comes from. And together, once we made creme brulee, and it was amazing. I loved
I
it.
think when you have that experience in your head, like with something, my granddad used to make a fry every Saturday, and he used to make one every day for him and my granny. Believe it or not, that's why they're not here no more. But
Sorry.
on a Saturday
Don't make me laugh after saying something like that.
Do you know, they weren't very happy about their food choices in the morning, like. But on a Saturday, the grandkids would get one too, and I've never had a fry like my granddad's fry, and I
Yeah.
don't know if it's.
Yeah.
Was it that good? Maybe not. I don't know. Was it, did you feel safe or whatever?
Mhm.
But it's one of them ones, you go, it's like my wife's mother makes lasagna. Like nobody else can make a lasagna like her lasagna. Her lasagna is unbelievable. Like it's just one of them ones. And I don't know if it ruined it for me because I was just like, I've always chased a lasagna that tastes
Yeah,
good.
your
And I've never
expectations
ever
were
met one,
high.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of them ones. And lasagna, I add it that much, I actually don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's one of them ones where like I don't even order that. If I'm somewhere now, it used to be the first thing I used to be like, I'll get that.
Because you know it's not going to be as good.
Aye. I think steak's probably one of my favourite things now.
He's a big steak guy.
I do like steak, to be fair.
How do you like your steak?
Medium rare. I'll take a medium rare.
What
To be
do
fair,
you?
I know I say,
Medium rare on the
I
bottom.
know I just say whatever way the chef wants to cook it.
Do you know,
Or
It's
whatever
actually
they
not
prefer,
bad. It's not bad
because
actually.
you-
I do.
they-
see the whole, like, that was another thing my mum was like, no, you only like it well done. I'm like, it's everything's taken out of it. The meat is no longer.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
might as well eat a flip-flop.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
it has to be medium rare to get the taste of it.
Yeah,
Like,
agree.
Totally, like it has to be because you
Agree.
lost all the juice and the sauce and
Yeah.
it's just not as nice.
You wouldn't go rare or anything.
I don't mind
know
it
what?
rare. Like I could even I could eat it if it was like seared on each side. I would be fine, but I
There's
wouldn't
butchers
have
I
it
know,
that
they own a
way.
butcher shop, right? And they were talking to me about it, and they like do a blue one,
Uh-huh.
and they have this thing where they age it like for 35 days, and then it's on the pot, like dum dum. That's it.
Yeah,
And I haven't had it yet, but the way they describe it to me and what they have
Yeah.
it in the house, I'm going.
Sells it to you.
it's more
Yeah.
than just like actually the meat there. Like, but I sometimes if I'd have got one that was too like I remember being in Amsterdam one time and I asked for it medium rare, and obviously like they cook it a lot less out there, and it was sweet with it being rare. But then sort of towards the end of it, I was thinking about like the texture too much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you really can like feel the texture of it. Like
Yeah.
when it's proper raw, it's just like
Yeah, I think
maybe
it's good.
Russians eat a lot of raw food.
Really?
I worked with Russians before, and they eat a lot of raw meat.
Did you eat it with them as well?
No, but I would have seen them in their lunches and stuff.
Just
like
all
that.
raw.
Like they would have had raw mince meat, sort of like a mince meat.
interesting.
That's
Really
Yeah.
raw, like, and
That's a bit wild.
That's
Yeah,
not for me.
and,
Like,
and I was like,
that's
a
not
wee
for
bit,
me.
you know. Like, and I was like,
You're not having to smell it though while you're trying to eat your wee sandwich.
That was probably one of the biggest problems with
Yeah.
it, is the rawness that you could smell. Like,
Yeah.
you were like, that just smells like a butcher shop.
You just
Doesn't
knew it was
smell-
cold as
It
well.
didn't smell cooked, yeah, and they weren't heating it up. It was like,
Yeah.
and they were eating it
No.
raw, like a minced steak,
Aye.
and like some sort of like, there was another dish used to bring in that was like by wax of meat, but the blood and it was completely and the
I mean-
slips of it. You were
I
going,
mean,
Oh,
fair
man.
play. Everyone,
Yeah,
everyone
each
has a
their
different,
own,
a
each
different
their
liking for food, and I think that's interesting. You know,
yeah.
like you mentioned, like when you were younger, you were told you weren't like these, you didn't like these things, so you never touched them.
Yeah, I just thought I didn't like them.
Yeah, I was really picky when I grew up, and like Ben is not picky, as you've heard about him eating anything, and like honestly through the page I've just started eating more. Like had a phobia of mushrooms, genuinely, and I would if someone asked me to eat one now, I would do it, but
I
like,
used to do quite a few mushrooms when I was
We've heard that story.
It's well documented about them. Like, and you know, we were doing that like back in the day. Like now, people like, oh yeah, go to Amsterdam, have a bit of mushrooms and stuff. Like the stuff we were doing when we were kids, like was way out there. And I don't know, it must have been one of my mates. I think his older brother was well in tune with things, and he would have passed on the information to him. And I think that's how we knew about them, even, you know, because we were like 12, and like it was mental. So,
12, that's
now you wouldn't get your phone out Google.
I
before you
wouldn't have
did it.
had a mushroom like in the kitchen or
But you
thing.
would have had it
When I
outside the
was down in
kitchen.
the golf course, lifting stuff, the dogs had paste on and put them in the mouth. Do you know what I mean? Like it was, when you think about it, it was fucking bad. And I remember, like, you'd have had wee money bags of them mushrooms, and you were like, "What are you doing?" It's just, "You don't want to load them stick in your mouth." Disgusting.
Oh,
Disgusting.
can imagine.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you done that.
He's freaking out.
He's
freaking out.
I had flashbacks there, not from my personal experience,
Yeah.
just from like mushrooms.
Yeah. But so you're going to start eating mushrooms then?
We'll
I mean,
see.
I reckon you're getting better and better as the
I
time
am.
goes on. Like he's like, first he's like freaking out about it, and then it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He's sort of like pushed into the side
What
of
about
the plate.
sushi? Is that sushi?
Yeah.
Big sushi
There's
fan,
no
like.
point asking you.
I know there's literally no
You're
point.
dirty
He'd eat
bitch with food
anything.
like you are.
Honestly,
You're like a pig.
he'd stick anything in his mouth.
There's nothing he hasn't done.
Oh.
But no, to be fair, yeah, I'm sure I'll start liking them, and like, you know, again, like with eating things, like we were eating on like street vendors in Vietnam, that
Yeah.
stuff would have really, like, I wouldn't have done that. But now I was like with Ben, I was like eating anything apart
Yeah.
from fucking
Yeah.
fried squid. But yeah, like even I had snails when I was in Bilbao there, like that's big for me. So
Yeah.
to be fair, I just
What was that like?
unreal. It
Was it
I-
tasty?
yeah, you should see the state of what it looks like out of that shell. But
Yeah.
Ben actually mentioned it. And I kind of agree with that. It tastes like what it's cooked in, and it was cooked in like this really nice, like garlic, tomatoey, like sauce, and it was actually really nice.
Yeah.
I only ate one. Wouldn't have.
I was
eaten
gonna
the
say,
second
did
one,
like his when I was like I'd eaten them before, and I was like, I had a few, and I was like decent, like really garlicky, and then I was like, really started to think about like them being
sliminess of
being
it,
snails, and I was like, actually, you know what? I got like 3 or 4 deep, and I was like,
yeah,
Frog's
you
legs?
know what?
Never had them.
Actually, haven't tried them. No.
I would eat them now. I think.
Yeah, because I actually seen them in Vietnam, like in some of the stalls, and like They just look like small
Yeah.
chicken thighs.
I remember like the biggest deal was. Do you remember when the kangaroo burgers came? The
The
Christmas,
Christmas market,
yeah. I
yeah.
remember that, and crocodile and all.
You can
They-
go down and
yeah.
get a kangaroo burger, it's bouncing. Oh, them dad jokes stuff. And you were like, I went down, I was like, just like a fucking burger.
And yeah,
It
like
does-
so many of those ones in that stall in
In
particular.
fairness, they could have
it's
been
just like-
fucking giving you anything and you wouldn't have known.
Yeah, I don't know what the crack is with that one, but they all like I remember trying like an ostrich burger and stuff from there, and it's like none of these taste that different. I reckon they're all just like frozen jobs. They're just firing whatever in, like they
Yeah.
don't even know.
If you're just here, get that in you.
Yeah, people love it though. Like
Yeah.
that place is always packed out. If-
But that was sort of like the start of like weird, sort of quirky, you know, burgers and stuff like that. And people going, oh, right. And people weren't going down at Christmas. They were going down because of the food.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Do you
Or
know
a
what
few
I mean?
drinks
Because it
like
was
that.
just
Yeah,
different from
I
yeah.
or the beer tent. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? They were going, that's a wee bit different, just getting the fish and chip. Do you know what I mean? And the food thing now. So, in terms of use, where can you see it going? Or what's the plans, if you have any?
Good question.
yeah, that is a good question actually.
We do
you
have,
take it away,
we
John.
do have ideas. I suppose one of the ideas is we would like to start making content for restaurants, you know.
Uh-huh.
There's amazing content out there, like people make good content, but you know, we've seen success from the content for the restaurants that we make it for.
Mm-hmm.
There's been times where like we've had experiences where, you know, we've made a video about a place and the week later they've had to hire an extra member of staff because they can't keep up with it, or you know, they sell out the next day, or they've had to do like longer hours online ordering and stuff like this. So I think if we can bring that value to people, maybe we can do it in like in a different sense where we make it for them, like, and they can use that content to then market themselves rather than us coming in all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And whether that's we come in and do that sort of weekly basis, monthly basis, or like or whether we like almost like show them how we do it and like help them along with it. We don't know what that looks like,
Yeah.
but that's sort of one of our ideas. And then I suppose like another one would be if we could like sort of tap into like maybe go to Dublin, do food there, get a bit of a diverse audience, like Dublin, London, further afield, and travel.
Have you looked at your, like, who's watching you? And
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like obviously it is predominantly here, but like we've got a decent following in Dublin. Like say maybe
It's a decent. It's like 20% Dublin,
Yeah.
20% Ireland.
yeah, somewhere
that's
between
south.
like 15 and 20%, and then like just a few rogue ones thrown in there, like Canada and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But it's predominantly here,
Yeah.
and like we have such a strong Belfast following, so we do notice like when we post other videos from other places, like you maybe don't get the same traction, but we obviously like we really want to branch into that, and
Yeah.
I think ultimately like we just want to keep growing it, like we are at the minute.
Well, what people, if they don't know, you both work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Separate away from the page.
Yeah.
Like, this has basically been a hobby that you have had.
Yeah.
So it's not your career. It's not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I just actually took a career break from my job, so
okay.
I'm doing video, but I mean, hopefully I can pay more attention to Food and Crack. But again, it's still a hobby.
It's-
you know,
but
that's
that's
not
an-
our breadwinner
that's
or
another
anything.
step.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
like
Definitely.
the initial step when you started it.
definitely.
Whereas now it's getting to the stage, it's at a level where you're going, could this be a business? Could this,
100%.
would you love that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Love it so much.
Like couldn't think of anything better than us two just
Yeah.
working together
That'd be
full time
class.
instead of doing something else. But I think that's like ultimately anyone's dream down the line is like to
100%.
sort of
Well,
do something like
you
that.
only have to look back till when you started that.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There's absolutely no reason, and the food thing here and everything is just going up and up and
Yeah.
up. So it's finding worth in what you do,
Yeah.
and then making it work for you.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
Absolutely.
There's no reason why you can't do it.
yeah, we
I
made
know.
that first video because we wanted to do it, and then we enjoyed doing it. We didn't really think, oh, people are going to watch it, actually, ever, really.
Yeah, and then it just sort of done like first
You've done
video
it 'cause
done
you
decent.
wanted to do it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's the
Yeah,
step.
absolutely. And then
And probably the most annoying thing is that we didn't do it sooner because
100%.
we'd literally spoke about it for at least a year.
It was free. It was
Like no, but I mean, like we spoke about it for a few years, but like it initially took us like from actually saying right, we're definitely doing this to taking the first video, because even from like the Dublin video to the first video
Was
we
there
posted was like a
anything
few
that-
months.
Was there anything that influenced you? Was there somebody out there doing something, or
me buying a new iPhone
Yeah.
100%,
Yeah.
But that's your cameraman thing. That you're going, this is
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah.
What
No,
you can do
because-
with this.
Yeah, no, that was genuinely it. It was like, oh, the phone's good enough that we don't need the camera now. And we were both in it, you know. And
Yeah.
I genuinely think getting that new iPhone, because then you got a new one after.
Yeah.
Because
And then-
No, 100%.
Left
Like,
it in
I'm no
Brussels.
good at all that end, right?
Yeah.
I know nothing about it.
yeah,
And so I have to bring people in to do that.
Mhm.
Do you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
So like anytime I'm doing any content or anything like that, I have to get somebody to do it for me and whatever. So you know what it would have entailed to get that quality of video
Yeah.
back in the day.
Mhm.
Like you'd have had to buy something above 600 quid of a camera
yeah,
to
definitely.
get the good content, whereas
Yeah.
now like phones and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's just
Mhm.
changed everything where everybody has. And listen, in every sort of job, we used to have to, as a comedian, get on Live at Apollo or one of the game shows to
Yep.
go out on tour.
Yeah,
We basically have our own studios now,
yeah,
and like your own TV channel. Like I go on and do a competition. The whole thing with Oasis, I didn't even get tickets for Oasis, and I'm on then, and I'm like, I feel shit that I didn't get tickets for Oasis. I'm gonna get free tickets away to my show, and it's fucking blew up.
uh-huh.
Mhm.
You know, like I can do that myself. A 2-minute video in the house, boom, throw it out. No good quality. Can I tell
Yeah.
you? See if I do something too good of quality, people hate it.
See, that's
We've
funny.
talked about
Yeah,
this.
because we like initially when we started doing it, we'd toy with the, or sorry, we posted videos like with the phone camera or whatever, and we toyed with the idea of like using one of John's cameras, and then I think we just like took a few videos and we're like, you know what, like I don't think people want to see like the professional shots. They want to see something that like they can video themselves and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like when you bring in like the professional cameras for what we do, it makes it look more like an ad.
It's less engaging.
When I had
Yeah.
somebody doing my Instagram page and they were getting the spellings right and like, just doing it, it was too business-like.
Yeah.
And people
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
it wasn't authentic to me.
Yeah,
Do you
and
get
people
what I mean?
want to see you. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
it. So it's sometimes you don't change what you do, but what you are thinking of doing in terms of business, that can be the business end
Of
it.
course,
Yeah,
of
for
course.
sure.
That
Yeah.
can be like, well, this is what we can do for you, and then show them, you know, how professional you can make something or
Yeah,
whatever
100%.
that way, but
Mm.
never lost like the original content of what it was because
Yeah.
that's what people are buying into.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean, the one thing we sort of always say is, you know, as Ben said, well, you know, we wish we'd done it sooner and we never regret doing it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So, like, if anyone can take anything away from this podcast, is if you've got an idea, just do it.
Aye.
That's
If
what
you
we
don't-
did.
well, listen,
That's what we did.
I get a message a day. I'm thinking of doing stand up.
Just do it.
Just get up and
Yeah.
do it.
yeah,
You don't be thinking you have to be perfect the first
No.
time. You need to know whether you want to be, because just getting on a stage, there's people absolutely hate it. There's big acts I know who are physically sick before they go on stage.
Mental.
really.
They
That's
fucking hate
mental.
it, but it's their job. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you would
what I
never
say to
know.
people is just get on the stage. You have 5-7 minutes. Go some open mic. See how you feel up there.
Yeah.
If you like the feel of it,
Yeah.
then develop. You know.
I suppose even, you know, if they're petrified or like really insecure about going on stage, start on like social media, make a video, like do it
Yeah.
like there. I know, I get what you're saying, because you have to go on a stage, you have to experience that, you have to feel what it's like to actually get up, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably have to feel like what it's like at some time to completely bomb
Yeah.
on stage. I'm sure that's
Listen,
You've
if
never
I was to
experienced
look
it?
back- well, no, I have 100%. I've experienced bombing 100%, and anybody says that they've never bombed are wrong.
Mm.
You know, like the worst one for me was probably the wedding that I turned up at during COVID, and they didn't book me. And the guy, there was 2 weddings, and they put me in the wrong room.
Oh my god.
So I get put into a Christian wedding.
Oh,
There was no alcohol at it, and it was like there was one guy laughing down in the corner, and I'm going,
Is he laughing at you?
he's fucking booked me, and he knowing like where I'm gonna bomb here. Just and I made my way to the top table, and it felt like an hour. It was literally 8 minutes of like
Oh, actually.
of me like what fucking happening, and the whole room was just like this looking at me. And when I got up to the bride and groom, and I was like, "Did you book me?" And they were like, "No," and I'm like, "Someone did."
Yeah, someone's fucked up here.
And they were like, "Well, it wasn't us." And I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry, but when I'm told to come somewhere and do a gig, you know."
Yeah.
And they were like, "No." And I said, "Did you book any entertainment?" And at the time, you could only have like you weren't allowed to stand at the time during COVID, if you remember, at a wedding.
I-
You were literally
yeah,
had to
yeah,
sit at
yeah.
the tables and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, what, just book? And they were like, we booked a guy comes in and sings opera. And that's all, and he's a policeman.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them before, those videos.
So that's what they booked. He went to my wedding in the next room, and I went in there. The wedding I was meant to do, the guy was only out of jail, and he chased your man up the street when he came into the wedding. And your man never even got a chance to sing. He chased him up the street. Get the fuck out of my wedding. So it was a mental. That was tough.
I can imagine.
But I have done gigs where like you stand up and you're just not getting the laughs that you
Yeah.
normally
That
get.
silence must hurt.
Yeah, but it's never been full. That wasn't even full silence.
Yeah.
Do you know, there was one guy in the corner.
Yeah.
He was
Aye.
laughing
And
his
did you
head
used
off.
to use that, like, sort of to keep yourself going?
I was looking at him going, "You're a bastard," because I was thinking he booked me this. Do you know what I mean? He's done this on purpose, and I'm looking at him like angrily, and he's going. And then it turned out he came out after, and he was actually like, "I'm only at this wedding because my wife works with that girl." He says, and we're afraid at the wedding. He says, I couldn't believe when you came in because I know how religious they are.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It was just like when you came in, I was like, what the fuck? And he said, my wife was going, stop laughing. She wanted to laugh, but because she works with her, she was like, this isn't funny. It was funny, but, you know, that way. But, I mean, yeah, I've done gigs where it didn't go as well. Touch wood, most of my gigs are 100%, and I have a certain energy and you go up. But at the start, you were just learning and stuff like that too, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you probably look back at some of your early videos and go, fuck me.
We do.
100%, mate. 100%.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I mean,
if you hadn't made them,
exactly.
you wouldn't
Exactly,
be,
yeah.
it only makes you better. That's just
Yeah.
what you're trying to say to people, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, that's it. I mean, yeah, if you don't start, you never get to the position you want to be in. And like where we're at now, you know, we're more comfortable with we do voiceovers. Obviously, we don't really speak on camera, and hopefully one day we do maybe speak a bit more on camera. But we look at the videos we first done and compare them to how we are now, and it's so much better. The way we speak, the way we edit, the way and we both do equal amounts of work in this, and we're both just as good as each other. Sorry, and the difference is like mental. You know.
we would turn a video over in like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times as quick as we did first time round, or a voiceover in particular. Like we're sitting doing the voiceovers and we're like freaking out about what to say. Like we still do them together now, like, and it's good crack. But
So you're getting media trained now, is or something.
yeah, exactly.
It's once you do it, but it's
Yeah.
obviously you get better at it.
Yeah.
Last question. What's the weirdest message you've had sent till you're...
Mate, we get messages flat out asking for a couple all the time. It's like someone messaged. So I was wearing that Green Bay jumper in a video, and someone messaged on Instagram saying, "Who's the gay fella in the Green Bay jumper?" It's like a burner account with no followers, no posts, following about 50 people. I was like, it's probably someone I know.
Right, okay.
But yeah, I don't know about actual weird ones.
We don't get weird messages. We just get like, obviously, like sometimes sometimes we get hate comments, but we actually kind of just laugh at them.
I would like
we
never
don't-
respond to them or anything. It's like
we kind of enjoy it because then we'll just say them to our mates and then we all have a laugh.
Aye,
About it, and that's
they all
it.
love
We don't
it,
even
like-
really
Yeah.
care about it.
it's
Our
usually
favourite
our
one-
accent or something. Like
Yeah, our favorite one was just 2 gimps.
someone just comes and says
Someone-
2 games.
and we
We're
just
like,
loved
for
it.
fuck-
Like we talked
That
about it.
definitely came from West Belfast or something like that. Fucking 2 games.
But like that made us laugh so much, and I'm actually like happy they commented it because it made me laugh so much.
You get some like rogue ones like saying like stabbing about our accents, or like, who are these guys think they are? Like, who do these guys think they are coming in and reviewing this food? And it's like we're not food critics, like, but yeah, we don't stoop to it or anything as well. And like we always say, like, it's more like scundering for them if they don't get any reaction. Like I remember some fella commented in his photo, it was like him and his kid. He commented like 3 o'clock on a Sunday morning, like full spiel, and then like a comment under it. I was like, he's probably had a few drinks in him, like not reply, and then he'll wake up on Sunday and be like, fuck, that's a bit embarrassing me commenting that. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, obviously there's a load of keyboard warriors out there, but
Anybody that's doing that aren't happy in themselves.
100%, mate, 100%.
And
Here,
like, if you don't like it, just don't watch it.
Exactly.
exactly.
You know,
And these
why
people
take
comment,
the effort
some of these people comment consistently.
Yeah.
But
So
it's,
there's something to like.
yeah.
There's something to like
No,
there.
definitely.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, bastards, eating everywhere. I wish I was eating
Yeah.
there. So they're going to get on and they're like, but why keep going back to it? You know,
Yeah.
comedy's like food, right? Where and this is the thing I use for it all the time. You either like it or you don't like it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, see if somebody doesn't like me, that's fine. It's going to happen.
yeah, of
And
course.
that's why there's other comedians that out there, and you're going to like something.
Mhm.
If I'm not your cup of tea, that's fine.
Aye.
But it's them having to tell you that
Yeah.
that
I
you're
know.
going. You know, you don't do that. You don't do that in real life. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't do something, you don't. You do it. The only times you'll see it is if somebody doesn't like somebody who's racist, and they'll go to a protest and they'll shout, "I don't like racist."
Mm.
But when you're online and somebody writes that below your content, when it physically isn't in their face, they can block your account.
They're sometimes they're going out of their way to do it.
You're going,
Even.
why feel the need to fucking comment below it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're basically doing what you're doing with the food, but doing it on news.
Yeah, no, I know, yeah. To be fair, some of them are quite funny. Like, you see, there's a load of
Has
people.
anybody made a video yet and put it up about your content?
Might
No,
not.
no, but
Might now that this is on the
I know.
podcast.
Nah, but
No,
there's
not yet.
there's a few you see knocking about, and it's like people like taking the piss out of like food reviewers in Belfast, and like there's more and more coming out, and honestly, some of them are quite funny. Like, so they are.
But that's fine. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. Oh
humor.
no, that's
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
long as they're
completely
not
fine.
like attacking your sort of character, and like that's fine. It's like
Yeah,
fucking Tom Smith. Everyone was hating him,
Mhm.
right?
yeah,
And I done a couple of Belfast Craic videos. He couldn't wait to meet me. He was like,
Actually,
"That's unbelievable." He
Yeah.
says, "You have captured Belfast in a funny way with my videos." So,
Yeah.
like, the first one I done of him was, I went up to the window of a car and I was like, "Excuse me, mate, I've just pulled in behind you." And he interrupts me and he goes, 2 years I walked about Belfast and everybody told me no. Don't take no as a thing. No isn't an answer. And it was like his spiel for like 5 minutes. And at the end of it, it just goes back to me and I'm like, "Mate, that's all brilliant stuff. But I literally, I'm in behind you and I need to get out. Can you just pull forward a wee bit?" You know, I couldn't believe it. He was just like, that captures Belfast. You know,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
once did I go, "You're talking bollocks" in the
yeah,
video.
yeah.
I just went, "Mate, that's all brilliant stuff, but I'm just looking to get out from behind you."
yeah.
You know, and he loved it. And then the next one was like, I was sitting doing a crossword and I was like, "A word that describes magic. So many letters. I can't think of it." And then it's him at the top of Victoria Square going, "Abracadabra." And I'm like, "Oh, you're fucking brilliant, big man." You know, like, it was just, and he loved it. And it was like all the hate that
That's
I'm
so
getting. He
good.
says, "You came out with them videos," and it was just
Yeah.
like, you know, in a way it was Belfast going fuck up, but
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the same
Yeah,
sense
yeah.
it wasn't like
It's
taking
not
his
hateful.
guy. No,
Yeah.
do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And he loved it. So when you get it
That's
like
good.
that, it's fine. And I suppose when people, but I do get a fair bit of hate. I get a fair bit of hate. Like,
What's your weirdest message?
the weirdest thing for me was I went through a phase of dick pics.
People sent them to you.
I like how you say you went through a phase of it. Like,
But it was,
there was a
but
phase
the
of
more
you
I
getting
mess,
it.
but I would be on the podcast. I'd be like, "Lads, I'm married to a woman. I'm not gay. You know,
Yeah.
I don't care what." But it seemed like a competition, and I was like, "This is a squad." And they're going, "That's
all together.
yeah." And then it came to a head one night whenever this young guy turned up at the gig, and he was like, "Come on in the toilet," and I was like, I don't do drugs," and he's like, "Oh, I want to suck your dick," and I was like, "What?" And it was like that moment where I was like, and I looked at him, he's really good looking, like, young fella, and I'm going, "Seriously?" Like, and he was like, "You've no idea." And I went home to my wife and I was like, "Look." And he was sending me messages. There's no going like, "I really just, you are the daddy," and all. I'm going to my wife, "What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong?" And she's like, "I don't know. Fair play to you. Fucking very good looking." And I'm going, "I know, but like, what the fuck am I doing wrong here?" And I didn't know if it was because we spoke about it in the podcast and then that. So we went through that phase, and then you get to the phase where I started losing weight, and then women started sending messages, and I'm going, fucking women are fickle bastards. Like, the gay guys see the fucking potential and they're a fat fella, but these fucking women, now I lost a bit of weight, now you're trying to get the action. No, it's not happening, girls. Do you know what I mean? So I think they're the weird ones for me, when people know that you're married or
Yeah.
you're not gay or whatever, and you're going, why? Like, you know, some girl sent me a message. She was like, would you come up and do my dishes? And I was like,
Is that a euphemism?
no, well,
Yeah.
I would do like a live on TikTok where I'm doing the dishes because it's handy to put.
Oh, right,
Typical,
okay,
I'm
yes,
not a
yes.
cameraman, so fuck, I can put that in the windowsill, do the dishes and do a live and tell the fucking story here. 2 birds with 1 stone. So you're almost like, you can come up and do my dishes. I'm like, ah. Well, like, that's a weird thing to say.
That is
Do you know what I
bizarre.
mean?
Imagine you
Yeah.
actually took her up on it.
I
And went to her
know.
kitchen. You were sitting doing her on live doing her
There
dishes.
was a guy who was like, I want you to come up and do my missus.
That's
That
mental.
was
mental.
That's wild.
That blew my mind.
Yeah.
That was like, I was like,
That is mental.
and yeah, a drug dealer from the Shankill, he wanted me to come up and do a performance in his house in the Shankill.
No way.
Yeah, he was offering like £1,000 to do a gig in his kitchen.
Mental.
That was during COVID. That was nuts, and he was like full on like, listen, £1,000 cash. I'm a drug dealer. Have it here. Photograph of
dealer.
it, not like it was no like, come on up to the Shankill for £1,000, and I'm like, no, I'm from West Belfast. I don't think I'll.
What
I'll,
size is his kitchen?
What?
What size is his kitchen?
Do you know what? I just seen a table. There was loads of coke, and there was £1,000 on it, and he was just like, "Come on up and do a gig." There wouldn't have been that many people. It was during COVID, like, and he was like, "Come on up," and I'm like, "No, you know, you're inviting me. I'm from West Belfast. You want me to go up the Shankill, do your house and all?" And he was me, no. So that was weird too. Like,
That's
funny,
weird.
but
Yeah.
they're the kind of things, and I don't know. You're saying you've had bits and pieces, but it'll come.
Yeah, that's
sure.
a step above what we've had. Like, that's
Aye.
completely different.
It's all traction though anyway. Like
100%.
people comment.
well, not the private messages, but
I maybe
But
not
it's
the
the
right
comments
ones for
for
It's
sure.
sure.
maybe,
Yeah.
it's maybe just because these are mostly just your voices. Like, there's not too much.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
It might change.
That
the
might
more,
change. Yeah.
So I'm just preparing you for it. Like, the more
Yeah.
you change
No,
it.
this would be interesting because you never know. It might message you in a few months' time and be like, things have changed.
We got the weirdest message of all time. Nah.
It might be me.
Yeah, true.
Just send sweet corn.
Aye.
Sweet corn and fake.
Yes.
You like that? You like that, don't you?
A bit of sweet
You will too. You will.
Lads, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you
I
very
appreciate
much.
it. It's been brilliant crack. Something totally different. First foodie people that's been on. What do you have to plug? You aren't doing anything like live events or anything. It's just sort of follies, isn't
We're
it?
not. Yeah, we don't
Nah,
really
no,
have
you-
much coming up.
Yeah. Just
just, yeah,
keep
thank
it
you
on.
for-
Keep it on with the reviews and
Yeah.
Keep watching, keep checking, check the boys out. Food
Yeah.
and crack,
Please do,
Kenny
please
Tag,
do.
Instagram, and listen. If there's any businesses out there watching this and are thinking about maybe getting somebody in to do content,
Yes, please
just
give us a
saying,
message.
just saying, there can be a wee Mudblood code or something.
There we go.
Yes, true,
What's
true.
his Mudblood 10 on that prize guy? Yeah. He listens. He listens.
Yes, 100%. So let's check out John and Ben. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you very
Keep
much.
Thank you for
checking it
having
all
us.
out, folks. Got tickets coming up for the SSE on the 4th. We've got the Ambassador in Dublin on the 10th. We've got Glasgow on the 24th. Keep buying your tickets and keep listening to Mudblood. Check out the Patreon. See you all then.
When you go when